If you ever want to communicate with your kids, go with them to a disco. Stand outside in the line and see if you have the look. The bouncer comes along and says, "You can go in," and you can't. You don't have the look. It's all about the eye. And you get inside and you understand where texting came from. The music is so loud that you can never talk to each other. You don't go there to talk to each other, you just go to be seen and see. Everything is what it appears. All this time they spend on powdering and rouging and defacing themselves and coloring their hair so they will look, and all the clothes and the jewelry and all the rest of it, so they can appear to be somebody important. And then they send these sterile words. Words are meant to be spoken. You can tell when you love somebody what's going on in their life by just the first word they say. But in a disco, you only can see a text. You can't ever know what's in the heart of a person because there's no communication possible. Looks can be deceiving. Looks can fool. Looks can deceive, and looks can engage and seduce. But looks can never be love. How different is my friend Elias when he wants to find God? He doesn't go to a disco. He goes up a high mountain, Horeb, Sinai, or Carmel, as in today's reading. And there he goes to the edge of the cave, running away from Jezebel and the soldiers of Ahab. And he wants to see God. He wants to hear from God. And a mighty storm comes, and earthquake and shattering rocks. But the Bible tells us God is not in those mighty sounds. My mother always told me the loudest drums make the emptiest drums make the loudest sound. So much of our society is filled with a lot of drums. And then the lightning comes, and God isn't in that either. And fire comes, and God isn't in it either. All the things that beguile the eyes and inspire fear, nothing to do with God. God is not a fear God. In a still, quiet voice comes God. When you want to hear God, you have to unplug the sounds of this world and go to the place where God is to be found on a high mountain, alone. And God is always speaking to you in the still, quiet voice of your conscience. And there he will ask you a question that he asked Elijah. He said, "Why are you here? Why are you here?" It's a very important question, the most important question of a lifetime. Why are you here? Elias tells him he was running away. He was the only prophet left. He was zealous for you, God, and because of that zeal, he's suffering here alone and broken. And God doesn't have pity on him and say, "Well, it's too bad. I'm so sorry that you, following me, found nothing." He sends him on a mission to anoint kings and to pick a successor and to anoint the successor that God has chosen. God has a job for each of us. He doesn't have time for our self-pity and for our smallness. He has a great job for each one of us. If only we could answer the question, why are you here?